I never knew that it was quite possible for your jaw to physically drop, but I believe that's what just happened at the end of this episode of class. I didn't know I could be more blown away by this show. Wow, just a great finale. So let's start with the beginning. Obviously, this will have spoilers. The beginning was a complete tone shift of everything. It started out being kind of sad and sorrowful. We were confused, lost things after the last episode. It's kind of taking it slow. And then, boom, there goes Ram's dad. Dead, what? Hold on. What? Did not quite expect that. And then, all of a sudden, Tanya's mom, boom, dead, gone. What? You heard me say I really like the parents in this show and having interactions with the parents, and now, what? No parents! April's mom is still there, but now April's not quite there. And I did also enjoy that Charlie is, he does show that he cares for Quill. He's not sitting there worried that she's not waking up, and he's still wary of her, but he still sort of sees that she's the last of her kind and he's the last of his kind, and they were kind of, two of the main species on the one planet, and he might not like her, but he does care about her. But we also got to see Tanya and Quill teaming up and fighting, which was so great. I love it. I like that Tanya's clearly had a little bit of self-defense training before, but she's just gonna keep going and she's gonna work hard. And Quill's seems a little bit thrown off by it at first, but doesn't quite know how to deal with it. But it's like, all right, we're gonna do it. Kind of takes Tanya under her wing, which is really nice to see. And then, oh my gosh, Charlie's smirk when he shoots that bookshelf. And, I love it so much. It's just great and wonderful, and it looks so good. Like, man, Mateus, how can you not like that? But, I do get where Mateus is coming from too. And then, oh my gosh, dear Mateus quoting Sam and saying, don't go where I can't follow. And my heart, it's breaking, it's shattering, I love it. I really like seeing all the difficulties of the choices that they have to make. It's not a, this way is easy, this way is hard. And it's not completely one or the other option, despite many characters thinking it could be. There are actually lots of options, and none of them are really good options. And I think that's a lot more true to real life, which I definitely have appreciated about this show. It's not quite just a typical fantasy show. It does try to stay somewhat grounded in reality. Then the governors. I had thought it was going to go in a completely different direction, since that key, it turned and then it was an X and two eyes, just like 12. I'm like, oh, well, we're on the 12th Doctor. Does that have something to do with it? But no! Weeping angels! I did not see that coming at all. That would be the jaw-dropping moment. And wow, like, I knew it had to be somewhat significant when they all turned their back, but I thought it was maybe more of like a symbolic thing, or like they're turning their back so that like something would happen and they didn't have to see it. But I hadn't realized it was like quite a, we turned our back so that you can die. Wow. Wow. I'm so excited. I really need a series 2 now, because the Weeping Angels are one of my favorite Doctor Who monsters. It's so great, and oh my gosh. And I know I haven't done Fantastic Beasts review yet, but that movie was awesome. I kind of almost want to see, like, what would Newt think about the Weeping Angels, because that would be fun. Someone please write that. And then just the end fight. Oh my gosh, I loved seeing all the lights coming streaming out of the cabinet. It looked so cool. And my poor Prince/King Charlie, and wanting to just sacrifice himself, and Mateus being like, no, don't do that. And then Quill saving him was great. I did see a lot of, once he sort of was seeing all the hard choices, and Quill seemed to look at him and almost see where he's coming from a little bit more and have a little bit more respect for him, and maybe the decisions that he always thinks are his. And I think Quill's, in her mind, things are a lot more two-pronged. A lot more, well, you did this to me, I will do this to you, and doesn't think quite as much about the consequences. And I think she sort of sees that Charlie wants to be like that, but he's been trained to think of all possible consequences and think not of himself, but of all others, even though he wants these like personal friendships and stuff. He's been trained to not expect that. And I think she sort of sees him a little bit more and respects him, and thus why she saves him. I'm very hopeful that we get to see their relationship develop a bit more now that there's not this awkward slavery punishment thing hanging between them. And then I totally thought that One Light was gonna go and kill Rom for a second, which is why he grabbed it, like maybe he's just kind of done with everything, like everyone except his mom has died, and he was just like, fine, death. And then I was like, oh, wait, but Charlie said they could like resurrect and like souls and stuff, and maybe now one of the Rodinians is gonna be like sort of soul sharing with April, because heart sharing isn't weird enough, and now we get soul sharing, but then now she's in the ShadowKing's body, and that's gonna be interesting. She is also now, I guess, ShadowKing, and it's confusing and weird, and I'm excited. Oh my gosh, just so many great things in this finale. It's, wow, just, I really need a series 2. And lots of fanfic. Obviously, if you are for some reason still watching and haven't seen Class, I obviously definitely encourage you to go watch it. Until next time, and I don't know when that will be, L and Z.